When multiplying fractions, we multiply the tops and the bottoms separately. Our first step here is to factorise the numerator and the denominator of each fraction where possible. On the top left, we should notice that x squared minus 16 is in fact the difference of two squares, as we have a squared term subtract a squared term. Therefore, that's going to factorise into x plus 4 and in brackets x minus 4. On the bottom, we have two terms. We should always therefore try single brackets. Here, the highest common factor in 2 and 8 is in fact 2. We have x squared and we've got single x. So single x is also common. So the highest common factor in 2x squared and negative 8x is actually 2x. We now open our single brackets. What do I times 2x to get back to 2x squared? Well, I'm missing an x. What do I times 2x to get back to negative 8x? I'm missing negative 4. Now looking at the top right of the second fraction, I have a single term. So I'm going to leave that alone for now. On the bottom, I have three terms. I have a quadratic in terms of x. Therefore, it's going to factorise into what's commonly referred to as double brackets. As it starts x squared, each bracket will start with a single x. Our rule is we need to find two numbers that multiply together to give us what's called the constant, i.e. the number term. And the same numbers must still add together to give us the number in front of the single letter. In this case, I want two numbers that multiply to give us positive 12 and still add together to give us plus 7. If both terms are positive, I know the signs inside the bracket will both be positive. Listing out our factors of 12, they are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. The only pair that multiplies to give us positive 12 and still adds together to give us plus 7 is therefore going to be plus 3 and plus 4. Our next step is to check whether we have anything common on the top and the bottom of each fraction separately. On the first fraction, we can see that we've got x minus 4 on the top and the bottom, therefore it can be simplified. For the second fraction, there's nothing common, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. My next step is to check the diagonals. So I'm going to check the top left and the bottom right. On the top left, I have x plus 4, and the bottom right, I also have x plus 4. I now look at the opposite diagonal, which in this case is bottom left and top right. Here I have 2x, and I have 24x to the power 5. Well, I know 24 divided by 2 will simplify to give us 12, and x to the power 5 divided by x, I can divide top and bottom by x, so therefore x to the power 5 will drop down to x to the power 4. Therefore, all I'm left with now on the top is 12x to the power 4, and on the bottom, here I have x plus 3.